This here is black rice, but when it's cooked, it's actually purple. And it is pretty tricky to cook black rice, even with a rice cooker that I have here. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to measure about a cup. So I have roughly 1 cup of rice here. So I'm going to put this in here. Then I'm going to get some water. Another thing about black rice is you need more water than you do white rice. So normally if I was cooking white rice, this would be about enough, maybe a little bit more than that, but roughly the 1 cup indicator on there. But for black rice, I'm going to need a little bit more water. So that's a little bit above that 1 marker right there. I'm going to just add a little bit more. So that looks pretty good. Now this is gonna sit here for a few hours. 4 hours later, but some of the rice kernels have bursted open. So I'm gonna season the rice with some salt. And a little bit of olive oil. Or really any sort of fat will do. You know, butter, olive oil, vegetable oil, lard. Lid goes on. Plug that in. Let it do its job. And meanwhile, I have a gorgeous piece of salmon and some asparagus. Good amount of salt. Now curry powder. It's a pretty big piece of salmon, so it needs quite a bit of salt. Okay. I have evenly distributed the seasoning, and I've cracked some pepper. All right, so for these guys, I'm just going to cut off about this much. So that's basically everything prepped. Oh God, okay. So a few things happened in the last couple of minutes. The pan got too hot, so I'm just dragging it off heat to let it cool down a little bit. And I made a few decisions with my lemon. I zested all of it. This is kind of naked. And then I cut off the cheeks from both sides for serving. And this is going to be reserved for drizzling on top of the asparagus. Now going in with the olive oil. Oh, that's a bit too much. Okay, well. So I'm gonna lift this up. This is going in the pan. Okay. And then gently press it down. The curry powder smells amazing. Okay, looks good. Now I'm gonna leave this alone for about 2 minutes. And then we'll see what happens. I feel like I can turn the heat down a little bit. And as you can see, the skin is getting golden brown. Now I'm going to attempt to flip the fish. I mean, this looks pretty darn good. I'm just going to cook it on this side for a little bit. I flipped it back on this side, and honestly, I think this is about done. I haven't timed it really, and I'm not going to thermometer it. And I'm not going to use a thermometer insert. I'm not going to do that. I think it looks about right. And my rice is done as well. Smells like rice. So I have my rice out, and now I'm going to transfer my fish on top and let it sit kind of like this, skin side up. I just decided to sit the fish right on top of the rice, and I'm gonna get a little bit of lemon zest and put that on. Time to cook up some asparagus. Same pan, heat back on, medium high. Good. A little bit of a sizzle, nothing crazy. Take these with some seasoning. And then a good amount of beef stock in there. I think now is a good time to squeeze in some lemon juice. Yeah, that's a good amount of lemon juice. I'm going to taste test one of these. That's pretty good. Could use some salt though. Well, that's done. See you on the plate. All right. Oh, this is good. Sweet vermouth and tonic water. Now, it's pretty crispy. And I'm just gonna cut straight in there, in the middle, and see if it was cooked properly. I think this is pretty nice. Taste test. A little bit of that. It's pretty good. Should have added way more curry powder than that. This is really good. It's juicy and it's tender. Now what about the black rice? And I feel like I over-season my vegetables because they're vegetables. Otherwise they would have been bland. I'd like to over-salt it a little bit. And then hit it with a little bit too much of acid, you know? Lemon juice or vinegar. I think I've cracked the code of cooking black rice. A splash more water than you would normally do for white rice. Soak it for a few hours, like 3 hours. And then season it with salt and olive oil and let it go. I tried cooking rice without a rice cooker once and the cleanup was pretty painful. So that's when I realized, okay, I need to get a rice cooker. Now the barbaric way, or the only way to eat this is just not cut it, just take a big old bite and devour the thing. It does not want to work here anymore. So I'm gonna get that out of here. Oh, this looks like a steak. But yeah, salmon's great. My favorite way of eating salmon is still sashimi though. You can't beat sashimi, you know? Good quality, fatty salmon belly. A little bit of soy sauce. And a touch of wasabi. That's the stuff, you know what I mean? No, this is good. Oh, sour. This is pretty good. 10 out of 10, we'll make again. This is really good. All right, that's it for today. I am out.